What's going on, champions? This is Julien, Stoutt, licensed personal trainer, licensed PE teacher, world record powerlifter, special education teacher, here to take the fear out of fitness and help you become the best version of yourself humanly possible. Well, guys, it's time to have another discussion. Today, there's two different conversations I want to have with you. First one is about Logan Paul and his new product called Prime. Now, normally, I'm a person who is very particular about the things that he puts in his body when it comes to things that can be very detrimental to your health, i.e., extreme levels of caffeine, particularly. But I'm going to go as far as to say that this particular situation is making a mountain out of a molehill based on the standard that the United States has set for itself. Now, what do I mean by that? I do have a huge problem with energy drinks that exceed a certain amount of milligrams of caffeine. However, the United States government has allowed these products to be on the market for over decades now. And if the United States was so concerned about people's health, this wouldn't have been a thing to begin with. And with Logan Paul has a product called Prime. And I'm not going to, believe it or not, I'm not here to disparage his product, because America, this is your fault. This is not the fault of Logan Paul, who created a product which is along the board of what is standard in this country now. The media wants to create a narrative that is trying to scare the living daylights out of you, when it should have scared the daylights out of you 10, 15 years ago, but it didn't. With products like, I'm not going to name those products, but with those products on the market, the deal is that you weren't concerned about the detriment of the youth then. You wasn't worried about these things getting in the hands of children then, which is why I have students who have high levels of anxiety. Why? Because they consume these products. They consume these products to such a degree where it's like water to them. And they're it's so ingrained in the culture that they're not even thinking about the fact that this might be the cause of their anxiety. All right, but I digress. So let's get to the nitty gritty on this particular subject. All right, let's go. FDA asked to investigate Logan Paul's energy drink Prime, which has the caffeine of 6 Coke cans. Guys, I want to let you know that this is a scare tactic used by the media. 6 Coke cans. Just for reference, Coke has 35 milligrams of caffeine per 12 ounces. Just so you know. 35 milligrams. So what they're trying to do is scare the daylights out of you by saying 6 cans of Coke. Right? Yes, you as a parent, you as a consumer should be concerned with anything that has caffeine levels that of 6 cans of Coke. But people drink these things like it's water. They don't drink these products as a means to an end. It is an ends to a means. So they don't use these products as, okay, I had a really long weekend and I need something to slap me awake for the time being until I can get my affairs in order, so that way I don't lose sleep anymore. But it becomes a vicious cycle. You drink it at the wrong time, you consume these products at the wrong time. What will happen is that your sleep patterns gets thrown off. And when your sleep patterns gets thrown off, you're now dependent on these products. Now, why am I telling you this? Why am I not riding Logan Paul's back on this? It's because if we do the math, 6 times 35, 6 times 3 is 18, right? So that's 180 milligrams of caffeine, which is 20 more milligrams of caffeine than some products. But then you multiply the other 5. 6 times 5 is 30. So you got 210 milligrams of caffeine in this product. Well, there are other products that are out there that has even more caffeine than this. And guess what, America? Guess what, parents? Your children drink this stuff regularly. How do I know? I'm only a teacher. I only see these kids with these things sitting on their desk when they walk into my classroom on a regular basis. Whether it be coffee products, energy drinks, soda. Mountain Dew has 55 milligrams of caffeine in it. All right? So your kids are consuming this stuff like it's water. Why? Because we're not sending our kids to bed in a timely fashion. We're not making them go to bed and making them go through the process of routine on a regular basis. We act as though these kids can govern themselves because they reached a certain age. And then when the crap hits the fan, you're upset and wondering why little Timmy cannot get his act together. Well, step one, it's the stuff that he's putting into his body, he or she. 2, it's the stuff that you're allowing them to do on a daily basis that does not align with their success. Playing video games, is nothing wrong with that. I have no issues with kids playing video games. But when kids are playing video games to the detriment of their education, now I have a problem. Because now I have to deal with all the ills of their ignorance as a result. So, I digress. Senator Charles Schumer called on the FDA to investigate the beverage brand founded by the YouTube stars Logan Paul and KSI, which has become something of an obsession among their legions of young followers. Why all of a sudden, Chuck Schumer? Senator Schumer, you would have been my senator had I continued to live in New York, but why now? There are energy drinks that are flooded in your state right now that are way dangerous by 40 milligrams than Prime. Like I said, granted, it is a problem. You can put yourself in a very serious state of tachycardia. You can put yourself in a serious situation where your blood vessels might be under some serious stress by consuming this product or any other energy drink that is above the standard of a coffee, of a cup of coffee. However, you have all of these products that is too numerous to name, and I'm not going to get into it. Don't want anybody coming after me. But do your research. Look them up. 210 calories is 40 calories less than standard drinks. An influencer-backed energy drink has earned viral popularity among children and is facing scrutiny from lawmakers and health experts over its potentially dangerous levels of caffeine. Really? Really, experts? Really? Now? Today? What makes it? Why is this the one? Why is this product the one? I just want to know. Did they not? What did they not do for you? Did they not give you a cut under the table? Was that it? Because it doesn't make any sense to me that this is the particular product that you have now laid your hat on, when there's countless others that are just as detrimental, if not worse, than this one. And yes, children drink it. Okay? Children drink it regularly. On Sunday, Senator Charles Schumer called on the Food and Drug Administration to investigate Prime, a beverage brand founded by YouTube stars Logan Paul and KSI that has become something of an obsession among influencers, legions of young followers. Of the summer's hot status symbols, one of the summer's hottest status symbols for kids is not an outfit or a toy, it's a beverage. It's in Walmart, by the way. A Democrat from New York But buyer and parents beware, because it's a serious health concern for the kids it so feverishly targets. Does it target kids? I mean, seriously. Is it being branded to kids directly? Because I'm sorry, screw it, said it. Rockstar energy drinks has 250 milligrams of caffeine in it. Your kids drink it. Why all of a sudden Prime? Why is this a concern? There are other products that have over 150 milligrams of caffeine in it. I drank some of them myself. Being a teacher and being a personal trainer and a YouTube influencer is a tough task. Sometimes I need a little slap upside the head. The late Kevin Samuels actually used to drink Red Bulls on the air at 10 o'clock at night while he's airing his show, about 8 o'clock at night, while he's airing premiering his show. He died of hypertension. No correlation? Okay. Beyond me. Now, on the flip side, why this product? I just want to know simply. Backed by two YouTube best known stars, Prime was an immediate sensation when it launched last year, prompting, first of all, I'm going to be honest with you, as a teacher, I didn't see that in my school. Even though it has been on the market for over a year now and Walmart sells it regularly, I didn't see it in my school on that level of a basis. It wasn't something that was being like, oh my God, this is a problem. Like I said, I seen other products being used by my students, prompting long lines in grocery stores and reports of schoolyard resale markets. Hey, we taught them that. Advertising itself as a zero sugar and vegan, the neon colored cans bottles are among a growing number of energy drinks with elevated levels of caffeine. A growing number. See my point. So why this one? In Prime's case, 200 milligrams per 12 ounces, again, equivalent to about a half dozen Coke cans or nearly 2 Red Bulls. You said it, I did it. The high content prompted bans from some schools in the United Kingdom and Australia, where some pediatricians warned of possible health impacts on young children such as heart problems, tachycardia, anxiety, and digestive issues. High acidity levels causing gastrointestinal reflux, GERD. All right. Possible irritable bowel syndrome. Whole bunch of stuff, right? The company representatives, meanwhile, have defended the product as clearly labeled not recommended for children under 18. They sell a separate sports drink, which is the one I actually see, known as Prime Hydration, which contains no caffeine at all. Representatives for Prime did not immediately return a request for a comment. I wouldn't either, to be honest with you. But in his letter to the FDA, Schumer claimed there was little noticeable difference in the online marketing of the two drinks. Okay, I don't care. If they're being responsible in labeling their products, telling you it's not recommended for 18-year-olds, guess who's responsible for the purchases? You are, America. You are giving your children money freely. You're giving your children money freely to do as they see fit with the money that you give them. And they make the choices that they made with little to no monitoring of what they're purchasing. And you wonder why these kids are not doing what is supposed to be done. Are we in confusion here? Because, newsflash, when you give your kid money just to give it to them, or you give them money because you're anesthetizing them for your lack of effort because you're too busy working, because you're too busy chasing materialistic things, as opposed to building your children's character and building your children's mental toughness. These children are going out and spending their money on whatever it is that they feel is popular and what is peer pressured into them. Also, if it's clearly marked not intended for use of people under 18, why is places selling it to children? Or why are they allowing children to purchase it? For God's sakes, I get carded when I buy fuel additives. I get carded when I buy medication. I get carded when what else did I buy the other day that I got carded for, which was hilarious? It doesn't matter. What matters is that I get carded for buying everyday normal things that I need to function as an adult. Why is it so hard for you, corporations, retailers, to card kids for products that contain more than 55 milligrams of caffeine? Why? Why is it so hard? I'll let America figure that out. But for me, the question has been placed. But I'm going to stand next to Logan Paul and say, you've allowed everybody else to do it. Why aren't you allowing me? That's like if I, Julien Stoutt, makes a candy bar and then all of a sudden it's, oh, these kids are consuming way too much candy. We need an FDA investigation on this particular product because it contains 50 grams more sugar than the average candy bar. Do you see where I'm going with this? The problem is the choices that we're making. The problem is that when the first energy drink came out, we didn't regulate it. The problem is when the second energy drink came out, we did nothing. We consumed it. When the fourth, fifth, 80th energy drink came out, because as you know, this is a capitalistic society. So what makes you think that when people see that people are spending millions, if not billions of dollars on these products, that everybody else isn't coming to get a piece of the pie? Make that make sense. So now we're in our feelings because we're now starting to realize what it is that's causing all of these problems, especially with our children. And now we want something done. I'm going to tell you again, you do it. Stop putting the FDA into it because you didn't ask the FDA to do anything about it from get-go. And on top of that, you fail your families by allowing them to just simply go out and purchase this stuff. And on top of that, you yourself, adults, allows your children, or you allow yourself to fall into the pitfalls of it as well, instead of doing what is necessary. I'm even talking about me. Instead of taking my narrow black behind to bed when I get home from work, I decide to stay up and watch a couple videos. I decide to read a book. Then it gets good, and then I'm up and I'm interested. Then I'm too tired the next morning and I need to get my butt out of the house and into the next thing that I need to do. Same goes for you. I'm no different. So, what is it going to be, people? The second thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about today is you guys are on remedial. And this this point keeps getting belabored, and I'm going to belabor it until we understand fully what the issue is. Stop using BMI as a means to put people on notice about their health. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop it. Men, you're no better than anybody else. First of all, as guys, we're sitting here calling women out for not being in shape, but we're not in shape, which is why we die early. Especially my black brothers. We're the ones standing up, calling our women fat. And whether it's true or not, we got room to talk. No, we don't. It's a shame that I am a 46-year-old man and I am a unicorn when it comes to health and fitness. The average black man over the age of 40 does not even have a leisure activity, let alone exercises on a regular basis. If you, black man, brother, wants your women to do better, you do better. And I'm calling us out because it is a problem. It's an epidemic that I see on YouTube all the time. And I'm sick of it because you're no better than they are. You are walking around with Dunlop, with a Hennessy in your hand, drinking your life away, smoking it away. And I'm not particularly talking about drugs. I'm talking about nicotine, vaping your life away, whichever one you want to do. Doesn't matter. You're the one who's doing all of that. But yet, you're calling your women out for not being in shape when you're not yourself. When they are actually probably more than likely participating in the same nonsense as you. You lack discipline. What makes you think your woman's gonna have it? Shoot. Seriously. What makes you think your wife is gonna have it? What makes you think your girl's gonna have it? What makes you think the women in your life is gonna have it when you don't have it? 45 years old and don't have a leisure activity. Leisure. Even a pickup game of basketball, you can't even do that. But you're judging your women in such a way that it don't work. Make it make sense. Now, for those of y'all who are going to try to call me a simp, I'm not, because I call women out all the time for not being in shape, not taking care of their bodies, not being the best versions of themselves as humanly possible, because I repeat myself. What if you as a woman are not in shape? Tell your husband the woman you want him to replace you with when you die. It's that simple. But those of us that take care of ourselves, but there's a high majority of you that don't. We ain't even getting into diet. Don't even get me started on diet. I'm specifically talking about the fact that you don't even get your behind up past your job to do something physical, not even walking. Not even walking. We ain't even getting into weightlifting, cross training, hit training, yoga, nothing. MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, some form of martial arts, nothing. You do nothing. And yet, you're sitting back, disrespecting your own sisters, mothers, aunts, grandmothers. For what? Fix yourself first before you start talking about everybody else. Me, I could do it because I don't know if you remember what I said in the beginning of this video, but I do the thing for real. You could call me out all you want to, but I walk the walk. How about you? How many of you walk the real walk? Fellas, you're not accounting for muscle mass. Am I excusing obesity? No. You don't even know who is obese, actually. Even in this country, even if you look at statistics and data, the data is skewed. How many of y'all know what the word skewed means? And I'm not being disrespectful, I'm literally asking. How many of y'all know what the word skewed means? Skewed is fairly simple. Let me pull it up for you. All right, let's look it up. Skew. Past tense skewed, past participle skewed. Suddenly change direction or position. Twist or turn, had or turn or cause to do this. Make biased or distorted in a way that is regarded as inaccurate, unfair, or misleading. That's the word I'm looking for. That's the definition I'm looking for right there. All right. So with that being said, you're making the information biased because BMI does not account for muscle mass. We in the fitness community, we in the health community don't use it as a standard of measurement. As a matter of fact, America, the world over, y'all need to stop using it as a form of measurement. You don't know who your constituents are. You have no idea. You might have some idea because on an individual basis, they have other bad habits such as eating fast food regularly, drinking alcohol consistently, smoking, vaping, illicit drug use. You might have those factors to lean into to basically look at your subjects and look at your patients, look at your constituents. You have all of that. However, the problem is you're not accounting for muscle mass when you're judging people by their weight. And I'm so tired of repeating myself. People, if you are tired of being judged by your weight, especially when you know you're very healthy, share this video and make other people watch it. Make people understand what it is that I'm trying to teach you. Because right now, like I said, y'all are on remedial. Y'all fail to learn the information that is being provided to you on a regular basis because you want it to fit your narrative and your agenda. And like one trick ponies, you only have that one trick. You cannot deviate from the standard because the standard needs to be deviated from. We need to start measuring people's body compositions regularly, not judge them by the fact that they're 180 pounds at 5'5". I will admit, typically that's not good. Just being real. However, not everybody's the same. So the person that you're looking at and looking down on for weighing 175, 180 pounds at 5'5", you don't know what their muscle content is. You don't know what their body fat content is. So as a result, you are making assertions about someone's health without all of the facts. Stop it. Do better. Now, Once we get on the path of looking at people's body compositions and doing the work necessary to make sure that the information that we are providing our patients, the people that we're supposed to be treating, is accurate, now we can tell you you're obese and I'm all for it. Now we can say you're overweight and I'm for it. Until then, stop it. All of my clients that I train, I focus on their body composition. I don't care about their weight. The weight is subsequent to body composition, because I guarantee you the more fat that they lose, they'll weigh less. How much less? Depends on how much muscle they've built over the time that they've trained with me. But ultimately, I have to talk so many people, men and women, off the ledge because they're more in belief that they're in such severe health crisis that they become overwhelmed to the point where they don't even try anymore, or they don't want to try, or they're afraid of trying. Newsflash. Keep trying. You failed, so what? Get up, try again. Work on it until you get it right. I promise you I'm going to make a shirt that says I fail daily. And I'm going to wear it. And I'm going to wear it every day until everybody understands that there's no such thing as perfection. You can be as disciplined as you want to, you're going to fail. How you fail should depend on how you fail, should be the thing that allows you to determine whether or not the consequences should be dire or not. I want us to start being better people. I want us as a country to be a better country here in the United States. I want us to be better people around the world. And it's high time we start doing that. The brilliant Jordan Peterson said, if you want to change the world, clean your room. Well, here it is. Start with the crap that you put in your body. Your room is your body. Stop trying to go after people because they put a product out that you're upset that you realize that you don't have the control over your children that you thought you had. That's your problem. That's not Logan Paul's problem. That's not KSI's problem. That's your problem. People aren't following your instructions. People aren't following you down the hall of justice or the hall of piety that you want people to be on with you. Well, guess what? The reason why that's not happening is because you're not happening. I know y'all gonna try it. Your wife is obese. Well, you know what? Yeah, my wife is obese. But guess what? My wife is trying. Can you say the same? Because that's what's happening. The struggle is real. And it's high time for everybody to take a look in the mirror. It's high time that we look at ourselves and call us on our bullshit. Straight up. Because this whole entire time, y'all have been asleep at the wheel. And you're about to hit an 18-wheeler. And I got news for you. The 18-wheeler ain't stopping in time. You might want to either get your affairs in order or learn and get the strength to turn that wheel around to avoid the oncoming collision. Now, my advice to you is stop blaming other people for the shit that you don't do right. That's a nugget of information that helps you become the best version of yourself. It applies to everything, not just fitness, but in life in general. Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming Logan Paul for your failings as a parent. Stop blaming Logan Paul for your failings as a government, Senator Schumer. Now, mind you, I'm not anti-liberal, but I am anti-bullshit, and I'm not here for it. You're screaming from the rooftops because you have allowed an influx of products with extreme amounts of caffeine in them into our society simply because it makes money. Why it makes money? Because you know, and I know, that everybody out there is chasing the almighty dollar to buy things that they don't need to impress people they don't like. That's what it's about. And until they wake up and realize that this is what needs to happen to stop all of this, because guess what? If they ain't chasing the dollar, they ain't tired. And if they ain't tired, they're not buying 200 milligrams of caffeinated drinks to get them through the day, because they're trying to cram all of their life in but 24 hours. And they're trying to milk every second of it instead of taking their ass to bed and going to sleep, like I need to do, like you need to do, so that you can be the best you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. Guys, if you have any comments, feel free to comment below. If you agree or disagree with anything that I said, I am more than willing to have a dialogue with you. Have a nice day, and be the best you.